everybody, and welcome to the very first review video on the channel. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Tom and Jerry for the SNES. But for nostalgia purposes, we're going to take a quick look back at the show. Tom and Jerry is a very old and loving classic that basically shows what goes on between a cat and a mouse, but in a more creative and crazier way. We have Tom, the insane and mouse-hungry pussycat, and we have Jerry, the energetic and witful little mouse. In my opinion, I think that Tom and Jerry is an awesome and hilarious show. Seeing all the shenanigans that they get into with each other just makes for a really entertaining show. Whether it's just something small like throwing food at each other, or when they go so far as to deform each other's bodies. Also, another opinion of mine, the best and funniest parts about Tom and Jerry is hearing Tom's screaming outbursts from pain. Oh my god, Tom! Seeing you in that much pain! Now, since this review is mainly about the SNES game of Tom and Jerry, I didn't want to go too in-depth about the show. Overall, Tom and Jerry is a really great show, and I highly recommend that you guys go and watch it if you haven't yet. Alright, let's get right into the review. Tom and Jerry SNES is a 2D platformer indie game featuring our favorite cartoon cat and mouse. In 4 different themed worlds, you go through 3 levels while playing as Jerry. The first world we enter is a movie theater. Then, as you progress into the game, you go through a junkyard, toy store, and then a house as the final level. The game starts off with you climbing to the top of the movie theater. Along the way, there are many pieces of cheese to collect, which will give you a better score at the end of each level. The amount of time it takes you to beat a level also affects your score. Oh, and watch out for those disgusting insects. The second level in the movie theater world is what looks to be inside a projector. This level is actually my favorite because of all the blue, and I also think the enemies are really interesting. By the way, does anyone need a brain? Because... never mind. In the final level of the movie theater world, you are, I guess, skating across the theater and making your way to the backstage area. And in this area, you actually find Tom. You have to go against Tom at the end of each world and defeat him. Excluding the toy store, you have to throw marbles at Tom to defeat him. But while you're at the final level in the toy store, you have to defeat Tom by luring toys with bombs to him. Now, the first stage of the Junkyard world. Now, only a few new elements are actually introduced in this stage. Otherwise, it's just as easy as anything you may have dealt with in the movie theater world. The only concern, really, with this stage is, like, most of the red ledges that you see will actually fall, and they do fall kind of quickly. But I'm sure you guys can get it well enough. And also, watch out for the falling food from the sky. Because I always imagined it was actually Tom doing all that, but it was just me. Now, the 2 biggest differences in the second stage in the Junkyard world is that there are a lot of white pipes around that's leaking green slime that can hurt you, and also there is a crane part, and this part, oh my god, it's definitely a challenge trying to get all the cheese bits in that area. Now I'm just going to talk about the toy store world as a whole. This world has challenging platforming, and the physics with the springs are ridiculous. Most of the time when I do push the button to get sent flying, the game doesn't do it. And it actually took me years to beat this damn place because of those springs, and also because of how much room you get in some areas with the Legos. Finally, the house world. The first level of the world is the kitchen level. Now, the kitchen level definitely tests your jumping ability to its very limits. To be honest though, the kitchen level was actually a lot easier for me than the damn Lego levels. I really like the enemies in this level, and another thing that makes this level a fun challenge is avoiding all the fire that comes down. One more thing, there are spring type jumps on this level just like the Lego levels, and they were annoying, but still easier than the Legos. The living room level. The living room level is a lot more easier than the last level, and there's no pits or fallen debris to kill you. And what I like about this level is that there's a lot of spring jumps for you to get up to the higher areas. A lot of higher areas, which has a good amount of those cheese bits. And there's also an aquarium that you can swim around in. Although you go very slow in it, so it's kind of annoying. But it's pretty much a straightforward, like, way to the end, like after the aquarium. The final level of the game, the Mousehole Lovell. In this level, you jump up to the top, and 3 times you will see Tom. Each time, you have to hit him with your marbles at least 10 times and he will drop a key, and you use that key to unlock some parts of a rocket. You do this 2 more times, and each time, you push the parts of the rocket all the way down to the bottom of the level. After that, you go all the way back down to the bottom of the level, and then you'll see Tom's arm coming out from the left. After that, push the rocket towards his arm, and then, once he grabs it, he'll be sent flying. Alright everybody, that is it for this review video. I apologize if it's not what you guys were expecting. This is the very first time I've made a video like this, and it was actually very difficult for me. But thank you anyways guys for watching. Thank you so much, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye everybody.